What is going on, drip DeFi crypto fam? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Sorry for the slight lateness to the stream, fashionably late of course. When you have a young child, your planning sometimes has to be a little bit flexible, so that's basically what happened tonight. So I'm going to quickly check through the chat. We've got Westside Ian in the chat, we've got AK Covert in the chat. I hope you guys are all having an incredible Sunday so far. So if you're watching right now, guys, definitely leave me a comment right now. Let me know who I'm speaking to or who we're chatting with this fine Sunday. So definitely leave me a little comment in there. And also don't forget to hit the like button. So that helps to boost the algorithm a little bit, get the video out there a little bit more. So that'd be awesome if you could do that for me. I'm just going to have a quick swig of coconut water and wait for a few people to join the stream. So there's already people joining. This is awesome. So you probably know we normally tend to give a few minutes just to let a few people come in. And we're doing the stream a little bit earlier today. It's just a little bit easier for me on a Sunday here in the UK to do a slightly earlier stream when I can. I know it's earlier for me and it's obviously earlier for you. Most of you are coming in from somewhere in America, but I know we do have people from all over, like the Philippines, from different parts of Africa, all over Europe. So it's really cool to be reaching out and speaking with so many freaking awesome people from all over the place. So let's give a few more minutes for some people to join. We've got Millionz in the house. Good morning, hello, good day, mate. I hope you're doing amazing, my brother. Thank you for joining. We've got Roy Ian Linnington in the stream from South Africa. Wow, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. So here's myself in a car, sitting in London, chatting to some awesome people from all over the globe, literally, all over the globe. So thank you for joining me and us in this stream. And of course, it wouldn't be right to start this stream without showing some gratitude. And what I mean by that is just a big thank you to everyone who's taken a little slice of their Sunday to chill and kind of connect in this stream. It does mean a lot that you take a little bit of time out of your very valuable Sunday to spend it with some awesome people here in this chat. So thank you very much for everyone for joining. We've got Millionz coming in from California, Cali. Somewhere I've not been before, but I'd like to definitely explore that a little bit at some point. So leave me some recommendations in there, Millionz, if you can. I do intend on traveling a bit more of America at some point. It's never been like top of my list, along with Australia. A couple of places I've kind of would like to see more of, but I've been focused more on South America, Central America, Southeast Asia, things like that have been really, calling me over the past sort of 5 or 6 years. So it's definitely somewhere I'd like to see a bit more of. So let me just take a quick sip of this. I've had a pretty heavy gym workout today, and it's important to stay hydrated because we can't do that in the Faucet anymore. But we still have to do that in real life. So we've got some people joining now. Guys, definitely hit the like button on your way in, or even if you're already in here, use your spare hand, whatever that is, and go in and hit the like button. And leave me a comment, guys. Let me know who's in the chat, because as you all know, I go in raw. So I don't use Streamlabs or anything on the phone. I'm just going live straight on YouTube. I like to keep things simple, super simple. So I don't know you're here unless you leave a comment. We've got Tony Morrow in the house, the legend that is Tony Morrow. Thank you so much for joining us, Tony. I know you couldn't make last week, you were sorely missed, but thank you for joining us this week. It's awesome to have you here, and I hope you're having an incredible Sunday. We've got D Maxon in the house, greeting Millionz. Good to see you again. Good to see you, brother. I'm really pleased to have you on the stream. So we're just gonna have maybe another minute or two, and then we're gonna get into it. So there is a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. It's been an absolutely insane week. I mean, who needs soap operas when you have crypto and DeFi. I certainly don't. I don't really watch much TV, but I don't need to, because there's so much going on in crypto. It's such an exciting space that it's never short of things to talk about. And it's been a really, really crazy week from left to right. You know, we've got Bitcoin still hanging around in those sort of low 60s. Kind of feels like maybe it's topped out for a little while, and some of that may start to spill out into some altcoins for a bit. I would love to see a healthy retracement, and I'm keeping some stables on the side in case that happens. It does tend to happen historically, but we are in the matrix and anything is possible, especially with the whole ETF thing, which is another kind of narrative that's running through, and definitely a way that the bigger powers can maybe manipulate the market a little bit more. So who knows, we may see another liquidation coming in. I've got no issue with it. I'm not particularly emotionally invested in it. I'm just prepared. That's all I'm worried about. And another thing, like, I know a lot of people talk about, you know, is there going to be a black swan in, or I mean, I've mentioned it a few times that there may be a black swan in March or April of this year. And there are reasons for me to say that, not that I can really discuss that too much on this stream, but I'm not hoping for one, because black swans can be quite, you know, whatever that may be, for whatever reason it is, a financial or a catastrophe of some sort, people get hurt and people get damaged financially, physically, mentally, or whatever. So I'm not hoping for a black swan. However, it's out of my control. So if it does happen, I want to be in a position where I can at least capitalize and help me and my family. And that's definitely, you know, something that I will always take advantage of. So, you know, I'm just prepared. And we've got a lot to talk about in stable coins as well. And I think you guys know exactly what I mean there. And that's going to be coming up in a little bit. We've got LCM in the house. Hello, everyone. Hello to you, LCM. Thank you so much for joining us, brother. It's great to have you here on this fine Sunday. So we've got quite a few people in the chat right now. So I think we should probably get started. But what a insane week it's been in the world of DRIP and DeFi. And I want to actually kickstart with something that not many people are talking about. And that's the fact that it's been about 10 days since OG DRIP has minted a single token. So we are, yeah, I think we're about 10 days in. And I think that's actually pretty big news, you know, in the world of DRIP. And I think if the whole DRIPX saga wasn't going on right now, it would be getting a lot more attention. But of course, when something shiny comes out, it tends to, you know, distract the consciousness a little bit, and people sort of, you know, they'll ape in there, they'll sell off here and go in here and whatever. So I think it's kind of not at the top of people's list of things that they're even aware of, I don't think. But it's been almost 10 days since the token has been minted. I know the price is down under 2 cents, and I did say that if it drops below 2 cents, especially around that 1.5 area, kind of where it bottomed out last time, that I personally will buy some more. And that's what I plan on doing, absolutely. I will be on my computer this evening, so I probably will buy a bag tonight. There are a few other bits and pieces I want to buy as well to even out my overall portfolio a little bit. And I've got to say, like, there is a reason that I only put about 10% of my overall portfolio into DeFi. There is a reason behind that. And it's because 99% of people are insane. And that's putting it politely. And in DeFi, you're kind of relying, because it's such small cap stuff, it's not like, you know, the stuff with the huge market caps, it takes a lot to move, and you have a lot of sort of more seasoned investors involved. You have people that are kind of running in with a few quid and trying to snatch and grab. And it can be really, really volatile. And you have to kind of rely on other people to play the game as it was intended. And it's very, very rare, unless mechanics are put in place, that people will do that. And I know some will, but most won't. And I think what we're seeing with DRIPX is a classic example. But is it just me, or has everyone kind of completely forgotten the narrative that we were expecting jitters to come in on day 9 once the first set of miners stopped, to dump all their tokens? I'm pretty sure that this was something that was completely like expected. I was definitely expecting that, and that's why I said from the beginning I'm not going in heavy on this. I had a risk tolerance of around 1 BNB, and that's roughly where I am right now. I'm just under, so I'll probably buy maybe another miner or two, and that'll be my risk tolerance. Then it's going to be staking and recycling from there. But we did see a sudden like 99% dump, and it was like 4 wallets, I think, that most likely with the use of bots were just kind of selling like every 12 seconds, like just dumping as much as they could. They probably got in really, really early and just cheated the hell out of the DRIPX token. But it's just like, even when the team give you the blueprint for success, they'll literally tell you that this is how it needs to work, this is what needs to be done. So many people won't do that, you know, unless there's a specific mechanic that actually ensures of that. And then, you know, I don't know, it kind of gets a little bit restrictive maybe, but you just can't trust people to do the right thing. And I think that's why DeFi is such a roller coaster, you know, and that's why I'm only comfortable with around 10% of my portfolio in there. But yeah, we have seen some crazy stuff going on. We saw the price really tank. People were super bullish for days and days leading up to the well, like when the project launched, people were like mega bullish. They were getting all these like dashboard divs that were telling them they're going to be a millionaire in 8 days. And most of the level-headed YouTubers and stuff were saying, look, you know, you probably shouldn't be expecting more than 1 to 3% of what it's saying you're going to get. And, you know, just get your tokens, get your DRIPX tokens, stake them, and earn BNB, because that's all I'm interested in with DRIPX. I'm not really interested in holding the DRIPX token as things stand. That's just not what I'm interested in. I am more of a blue chip guy, so BNB is the perfect reason for me to get involved, to get more BNB. So the play technically is not to try and sell your DRIPX tokens, because you're probably going to get wrecked. You're probably going to sell at a loss. The slippage is probably just going to absolutely destroy you. So instead of like playing the game as it was intended, loads of people like panic sold when those big wallets came in and started like botting the hell out of it. So, but the really positive thing was, again, I think a lot of people got amnesia here. They're forgetting that this was expected entirely, you know, definitely not imagining that whatsoever. The devs, Matt and Eric, let the price tank by about 99%. You know, a load of people got wrecked for trying to game the system. And then once the price had kind of gone down 99%, they injected 800K of liquidity in. And I think that was like a boss move. Like, that was a real boss move. That was like an FU to the Jeeters. And I kind of find that kind of funny, I guess. That's pretty cool. You can never say those guys don't continue to innovate. So that's why I put up some capital, some fresh capital for the project. So I don't think it's done whatsoever. I think a lot of this has been expected, and I think there's going to be some more surprises coming. Let's put it that way. And once that price starts going back up again, people are going to be mega bullish again, buying miners, and I think it's going to really pick up. So we shall see. Very interesting times. I did put out a couple of videos about it, what I was personally doing, and it's just a really simple. I don't know how many of you guys are involved. If you're involved in DRIPX, let me know in the comments. Just give me a quick message in there, and just let me know if you're in or not. But I just simply bought some miners with fresh BNB, and I didn't get in straight away. I had a few things that came up. I mean, I kind of missed the launch, but I was in like a day or so after. So I've got some miners expiring very soon. I'm just going to be taking those tokens and staking them, and just play the long game. If it comes to nothing, I'm not emotionally involved in it at all. If it makes me a 1x, a 2x, a 5x, a 1000x, brilliant, fantastic. I'll love it, and I'll enjoy it with the extra BNB. So that's exactly how I'm playing it. Very straightforward stuff. I'm not trying to be too fancy with it. So, and guys, I also want to say, if you've got any questions for either me or the community as a whole, please drop them in the comments, and we can talk through them a little bit as we go. So let me just take a quick swig of this. So really, really good workout actually today, full body, no messing around. You have to be quick, you know, when you've got a little one at home and he's teething, so I didn't want to leave Mrs. Millionz with it for too long on her own. So I smashed out a full body in about 45 minutes and got back. So I'm going to feel that tomorrow, no doubt. We've got Critic in the house. Yo, thank you, brother. Thank you for joining us. It's great to see you here. And I hope you're having an amazing Sunday so far. So, yes, so all in all, we've got the DRIPX soap opera going on. I know there's a load of drama going on in the chats, in the voice chats and stuff like that, and people are posing different ideas and things to do. But I've got a feeling that the devs have probably got some serious aces up their sleeve, and I'm going to be watching very closely over the next sort of few days to see what happens with that. Because it's when they pulled out the 800k liquidity, I was like, okay, these guys knew exactly what was going to happen. They knew exactly when the jitters were going to come, when they'd be finished, and that's yeah, it's a real boss move. So awesome work from those guys, and I've got a feeling there's more with DRIPX. So I haven't kind of drawn a line under it. It's not a rug. It's absolutely not a rug. Those guys don't rug, you know. Historically speaking, it would be very unfair to say it was a rug. Obviously on paper with the big sort of red candle, it looks like one, but of course, you know, there's more behind the story. So look, everyone's still here, there's still liquidity, there's still things coming. They've got the Viper coming, so I don't know if you guys know about that. So Viper is going to be like a new utility that's coming probably most likely this week. Those guys work pretty fast. And basically, you're going to be able to access the tokens in your miner once your miner hits about 50%, 51% of completion. So you don't have to, if you set a 100-day miner, for example, you haven't got to wait for 100 days to access the DRIPX tokens. You can access them after 51 days, like 51%. And that is going to encourage people to then stake. I think you're going to have to stake the tokens if you use this Viper utility. So I think that's a really cool way of locking up those tokens. And you know, the buy and burn thing is going to cost, I think, 0.1 or 0.3 BNB to do that. So you'd have to kind of work out if that was going to work out for you financially. But I think some people have got some like max power miners and stuff. That might be a really good move. Might be a really good move, and then you can get earning that BNB even faster. And let's face it, guys. You know, that is the kind of the point. That's the kind of point of DRIPX, is to get that BNB. That's definitely why I'm in it. So we've got a comment from Critic here. Yo, can you say hi to my two little girls, Ava and Olivia? They will trip out. I tell you what, it's Sunday. What an awesome day. It's a family day. It's definitely something I'm all in on Sundays. It's family time. So I hope you guys are having an incredible day as a family. And a big shout out, let's put it here, a massive shout out to Ava and Olivia. I hope you're doing great, guys. I hope you're having an amazing Sunday, and whatever you're up to. And yeah, I hope you're having a great day, and you're looking forward to the week ahead. I sure am. And I really thank you for joining me on the stream. If you're watching, it's great to have Ava and Olivia watching. So guys, I'll tell you what, if you're in the chat now, can you just put a shout out to Ava and Olivia in the chat? Let's send them some love, man. Send them some love. Chris, it's anytime, brother, anytime. It's great to have you here. So let's show Ava and Olivia some love in the comments, please. So we've got Living on Chips and a Dream. What an awesome name. Living on Chips and a Dream. He's in the house, or she's in the house. I don't know, but awesome. Thank you for joining us. I absolutely love the name. That's so freaking cool. Incredible. And so earlier on, I put out a tweet and asking people. We've got loads more people joining the chat, by the way. Before I move on, Crick said they're smiling from ear to ear, 7 and 8. Absolutely blessed. That's amazing. That is amazing. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. I did put out a tweet earlier on about how passive income is freedom income, and I'm a big proponent of earning money remotely and for having a plan B. You know, I talk about it a lot on Twitter. You know, we are in strange times, very, very strange times, and you know, the world isn't how it was. I mean, you could say that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's definitely different. And I think a plan B is super, super important. If you can do that, there are many, many ways you can do that. I mean, obviously, you guys, you know, hit me up in the comments if you ever want any pointers on that sort of thing. But you know, I have a plan B, like a residency and stuff like that. And I think it's really important to be able to earn money that's not geographically linked. So I did put out a question earlier on Twitter asking, what is your number one means of earning passive or remote income? And I'll be really interested to know. And if you're watching this and you didn't see that on Twitter, definitely leave it in the comments here, because it's great to grow together as a community. You know, find freedom together, find success together. And I think a lot of us share a similar mindset. I definitely get that impression from a lot of the comments I get in the stream and, you know, DMs and stuff like that. And I think it's really important that we sort of grow in these exciting times together. So definitely leave in the comments what your number one source of passive income is. And I've got to say, like, I don't think the kind of topic would be complete without me mentioning what I think is probably the most powerful protocol that I've ever come across for stable wealth generation. And some of you are going to know what I'm about to say. Some of you will. And because I know a lot of the guys that watch this stream and sort of who are in the circle know exactly, you know, what's what. And that protocol is called Stable Swap. Now, guys, if you're not in Stable Swap, if you are in Stable Swap, just bear with me for a minute, because I just want to explain what it is, just to anyone watching, because basically the world of crypto is so fast moving, it's so up and down, and it really isn't for the faint-hearted. Now, 1 minute you can be a millionaire in crypto, the next day you could wake up and you've lost 99% of your portfolio. But that isn't the case in general with stable coins. So if you are earning in stable coins that are pegged to the US dollar at a high yield, it's obviously a more sustainable source of income. And I do consider crypto as a form of passive income, I do. But the main problem with it is, if you, say, for example, invest in, let's just use Bitcoin off the top of our heads, right? If you buy 0.1 Bitcoin or half a Bitcoin or a whole Bitcoin or whatever, and it goes up 100%, great. You've made some good cash, some good money, some good fiat, stinky fiat on paper. But you have to sell that Bitcoin in order to access the funds. Now, that's all well and good, because sometimes you sell it, wait for a dip, buy more, and you get more for the same money. But if you actually wanted to use that, you'd have to sell the Bitcoin and spend the fiat, and then you've got less Bitcoin. Whereas a protocol like Stable Swap, where you become basically an independent liquidity provider. So it's all run via a fully regulated platform out of the Central Bank of the Philippines. So it's all regulated under the Central Bank of Philippines through a corporation called Top One Tech or Top Wallet. And you basically are a provider of liquidity for the OTC platforms, over-the-counter platforms. I'm just going to switch this light on for a minute. And they then utilize your funds in the pool, and they charge fees on that, and you get a share of the fees. So at the moment, the standard rate is 0.35% per day on your stable coins, which is insane, which is absolutely insane. But I've been in for a fair amount of time now, and it's an absolutely incredible protocol. And I know a lot of you guys are involved, so you already know, how cool it is. And they run promos. So like, for example, the other day it was 0.5% just for 24 hours. So I absolutely got stuck in there and chucked another $1,000 in, and that's earning income every single day for 300 days. So then at the end of the 300 days, you get the $1,000 back plus the 180% on top of that. So I think you get back around $3,000, and then you can either put that all back in or spend it. But you get your dividends every single day. Every single day you get paid out accessible 3.35%. So that is one of my favorite means of passive income. It's freaking awesome. If you're not in it, definitely check it out. But I know a lot of you guys will definitely back me up on that, and agree that it's freaking amazing. So we've got, what else we got here? Got a strange comment there, but okay, we'll skip past that. Yeah, so definitely leave me a little notification and let me know what your favorite form of passive income is. So yes, all in all, we've had a pretty insane market. There's been a little bit of red today, I've noticed, in some of the altcoins. I'm going to be doing a bit of shopping tonight, but definitely not all of it. I'm holding back a little bit just in case we do see a pretty solid retracement, which I think would be really, really helpful overall and healthy actually. And DRIP is not showing the price action just yet, considering it hasn't minted for 10 days, but I think going forward, being the OG in this sort of little ecosystem, I think will do really well. And wrapped DRIP, I think as well, is going to see some movement very soon as well. So I have actually recently bought some more wrapped DRIP, and I've wrapped some of my OG DRIP as well. So I'm I'm kind of pretty bullish on those moving forward. So DeFi wise, I'm still in obviously DRIP. I'm in DRIPX a little bit, just not too heavy. I'm still in Pulse DRIP. That's still playing out really, really nicely. Pulse Chain, I'm a big fan of Pulse Chain, and the rest of my portfolio is kind of more in the top 100 type cryptos. So I'm not getting as kind of overly excited and as overly bullish as everyone just yet. I kind of feel it's too early to be on that. Look, history may not play out this time round. We do have the ETF involved. It could be a different thing altogether this time round. Who knows? But if it does, if it goes to the moon, before the halving, I'm still happy because I've still got some bags in place. So, I hope you guys are all kind of working towards your plan and your thesis, whatever that may be. Don't listen to anyone else. Trust your gut, and definitely think about getting your exit strategy involved, worked out, because I think that's something that a lot of people fell foul on last time, is they didn't have an exit strategy and they got left holding the bag. And as we saw, even the most bullish altcoins went down mostly over 90%, 95%. So it's always a good idea to have an exit plan involved and ready. I'm going to be moving some stable coins to some exchanges so that they're there and ready, just in case we get some flash crashes or, so like a black swan, like we said earlier on, which I think is more than possible in March or April. And I want to be ready to capitalize. So that's what I'm going to be doing this evening. Once I've had a family dinner, once the house is quiet and everyone's in bed, I'm going to be getting the shopping trolley out and grabbing a few bits and pieces in DeFi and in crypto. So thank you to everyone who's in the chat so far. I didn't get to make the Alakazam live stream last night, the stable swap live stream. It was way too late here in the UK. I did need some sleep, desperately needed some sleep last night, and it kind of works out around sort of 1:30 a.m. unfortunately here. So it's very difficult, unless I'm up and about, or if I'm coming back from London or something, it's very hard for me to get involved. But I'm going to be watching that on the rerun, and I'm hoping that the crypto collective, once everyone's kind of got their shit sorted out, I know we've all been mega busy, but it's going to be nice to start doing some more live streams with the Crypto Collective to get those guys in, because they've all got some cool stuff to say. And I had an absolute blast doing those regular live streams. So Westside Ian, Crypto Collective guy, let's get it sorted, man. Let's get some Crypto Collective live streams sorted out. Dante's Investments, oh yeah, good day you are. I hope you're doing great, brother. Thank you for joining the stream. It does mean a lot. Westside Ian says, shopping trolley. And I think maybe he's asking, what am I potentially going to be buying? What's going to be going in that trolley? I think that's what you're asking, Westside. So I'm okay. So my portfolio is split up into different categories, and these are not official categories. These are just categories that I've made in my own head. Yeah. So don't listen to me. I never give financial advice. I cannot give financial advice. But the way I work it is like, I have 10% in DeFi. So Pulse Chain, PLS, DRIP, DRIP, consider that the same sort of thing. Pulse DRIP, and a little bit in DRIPX. That is my DeFi thing, all in all. I don't go too crazy with all these different tokens. I just don't have time to monitor them, basically. I just have not got the time. I'm way too busy to be looking at charts all the time and getting my capital out at the split second on multiple projects. I'm just not there right now with my time allocation. So they're my DeFi plays. Then I have the sort of what I consider like a venture capital. So these are sort of, you probably like top 100 tokens that I see as having quite a large upside. They've normally got utility, like VeChain, for example, with the supply chain sort of market. XRP, again, I don't agree with the thesis, or I don't agree with XRP as a whole, what they're trying to do, because it's all based around sort of CBDCs and stuff like that, which I'm vehemently against, and I've made no secret of that. I am not down for supporting CBDCs, but if I can snatch and grab on it, I will. I've got a fairly solid bag of XRP, and I'm continuing to add to that position all the time that we're under like 70 cents. I still think that's a steal. I still see that going much higher. In the year of the X, which we are now in, if you don't know, basic gematria, X is the 24th letter of the alphabet. So that's why we're seeing X's everywhere right now, in case you were wondering. So we've got DRIPX, Titan X, we've got X's, used to be Twitter. We've got all the TV channels doing X, ITVX and Sky X. It's all X. Elon Musk, the puppet that is Elon Musk, don't get me started, has just named his son or daughter, I don't know, X. So that is why, and there's going to be a great American eclipse coming up as well, and that is going to create an X over the state of Texas. So there could well be sort of some kind of ritual or black swan based around that, who knows. But either way, it's the year of the X. So I do think XRP is going to do very well, not financial advice whatsoever. It says there, Tony Morrow agrees with that, like-minded on XRP. So yeah, VeChain, XRP, Chainlink. I'm a big fan of Chainlink. I was stacking that all the way through, and all the way up to around $8. I was stacking that. So I haven't bought any since around $8. But if it does retrace back down to, below $10, I see a big upside for Chainlink. I've also got bags of like Zilliqa and stuff like that from before. I haven't added much of that this time around, but again, with the sharding, it's a problem that it's going to solve potentially for Ethereum. So, I'm in on that, and I'm on some privacy tokens as well. Now, the privacy narrative I don't think has fully taken off yet, and that's why I'm invested in privacy tokens, because I think that there's going to come a time where people realize that they need some privacy when it starts getting taken away. So I don't know, that's a real risk play, because we're seeing a lot of those types of tokens like Monero and stuff like that being removed from a lot of these centralized exchanges. But Even though it took a big dip, it got bought straight back up and it's right back to where it was with no support from centralized exchanges. So I think that's really, really strong. So I do have a little section for that side of stuff. Allegedly, I'm not saying that I do buy them, I'm saying allegedly. I may have a few or may not. And what else? I would say, like, let's kind of not get too, you know, down the rabbit hole there, but that's the kind of venture capital stuff. And then you have Mr. Reliable. So Bitcoin. Well, I've got a fairly good percentage of my portfolio in Bitcoin because I see it as a good foundation to a portfolio. Bitcoin is the big orange sun, which everything else revolves around. That leads the market. It's what's being adopted the most. It's, you know, you're not going to get huge gains. I'm not buying any more Bitcoin right now. I was buying Bitcoin between sort of $3,000 and $6,000, up to around $10,000. I'm not buying it now just because I don't see the ROI on it. Well, I see an ROI, but if you buy one Bitcoin now at 60,000, let's say it goes to 120,000, which is more than possible, you know, you're making a 1x. You know, it's not, you know, not for me right now, but I do hold, you know, a decent bag of that. And stable swap as well. I mean, who'd have thought it? I actually have a stable coin strategy now, which I never thought was possible. I used to just hold stables in an exchange or whatever and use them to buy other stuff. But now it's basically almost a full-time income on top of what I do outside, you know, in real life. So it's a real massive asset for me, and I don't have to look at the charts. I don't have to wonder, you know, what's the latest news on it. It just works. It just works every single day. I go in there every night and there's more money in there, and I can either reinvest it or I can take it out and spend it. I can take the missus out for dinner. I can do whatever I want with it. It's entirely up to me. So I'm a huge fan. So that's a big part of what I would call my boring, reliable section of my portfolio. So I never thought before kind of December that would ever be a thing. But since being involved in stable swap, oh no, can you guys remember when the early bird finished? Because I got in on the last day. Literally, I cashed out some funds from a stocks and shares ISA, and I was waiting like 4 or 5 days for it to arrive. And I was like, come on now, I'm going to miss the 0.54% per day on stable swap if I don't get this check. You know, I phoned them up and I was like, you know, I want to take out, you know, a couple of grand. Can you send it to this account? And they're like, I'm sorry, Mr. Millionz, we can't do that. We have to send you a check. I'm like, what? A check? It's 2024. But that's the only way they could do it. So they sent me a check. It took like 3 days to arrive. And then I had to, because I don't really have like a high street bank. You have to like live chat them. I was like, how do I pay a check in? They're like, I'm sorry, Mr. Millionz, there's no way, we don't do checks. I'm like, okay, I've got like a $2,000 check and a 500 check as well, just sitting there with nothing I could do with them. So I actually had to go to the high street and open a bank account just to pay these damn checks in. So I paid them in, and the account was open pretty quick, you know, on the same day. But then it took like 4 days, and because it was like a Thursday, they don't do anything on weekends. This is why, like, traditional finance is dead. It's done for. It's cooked. Banks are not necessary in our lives, guys. They're just not necessary, like, in reality, because as soon as you pay your money in there, that's not your money anymore, by the way, just so you know. They take your money, they pay you like 0.00001% per month on your capital, but they take your money and invest in much higher yield investments and whatever dodgy stuff they're up to, they're using your money to do that. So it's not your money anymore, it's the bank's money. And then they question you when you want to take it out. I mean, there's been times before where I've been buying crypto. I actually closed an account for this reason, where they were sending me like questionnaires on like what I was, and it wasn't even that much. It was like a few grand. And I was like, what the hell? I couldn't believe they were asking me this list of questions. It's my damn money. So anyway, I closed the account. I gave him a stinking review and closed the account. So I was waiting like 6 days to clear these checks just to get into StableSwap. So luckily, I'd given myself just enough time to clear them. And I got in probably with hours to spare, like, because the Philippines time is much, much different to here in the UK. And it was like really, really, really close. So I managed to get in there, and it's been earning me revenue every single day ever since. So that's my story of how I got into StableSwap, probably the best, in my opinion, wealth generating protocol available right now. And talking of StableSwap, and a StableSwap whale is in the house, and it doesn't matter if he's a whale, because it doesn't matter if he sells, because that's not how StableSwap's designed. So we've got blue chip drip in the freaking house. It's great to have you here, man. I know you've been trying to get here live for a little while, and I know our time differences are so kind of big here, and in the UK, and I think you're sort of in the southern part of America, if I'm correct. I'm not sure, but it's great to have you here, mate. Awesome to have you here. And he's a very humble guy as well, very, very humble. He said, man, I'm a tadpole. So very, very humble guy. But he is putting out some really, really good StableSwap content. So if you're not following Blue Chip Drip, give him a follow on YouTube. And don't forget me as well. If you're not following me on YouTube, definitely follow me as well. But Blue Chip Drip, if you're interested in StableSwap, he is on the money with his content. So definitely hit him up and watch some of his videos on that. And I'm just going to go through these comments quickly. We've got D Maxon saying, I love Casper and Pepe. I know Casper's been on an absolute rip. It's been on an absolute tear. So that could be a good sign for the bull run ahead. And I know the meme coins are really moving right now. I had a big fat soggy bag of of Shiba Inu sitting in a wallet that I'd totally forgotten about, that I actually, I bought pretty low, not like low enough to get like tens of thousands or anything, but I got in pretty early. Even when it dipped, I was still in profit, let's put it that way. And that's kind of, I looked on the wallet the other day, I remembered I had it. I was kind of doing a clear out on my phone, and it's gone up like 100% or something, 80 or 100%. So I think Pepe is also like a really big mover as well. So that's really cool. So, I mean, as much as I find the meme coins funny, and I don't get too involved with them, there's money to be made, guys. And stuff like Doge and whatever, it's got backing. It could do very, very well. So Decap says, get gems ready for the bull run. Yeah, definitely, man. Even though I think there will be some retracements and stuff like that, I think dollar cost averaging is probably the safest way to do stuff. That's why I'm going to be buying some stuff tonight. Even though I think there's a chance we could get retracement, I'm not going to like bundle all of my stable coins in tonight, but I am going to do a few. I'm going to do like maybe 10-15%. Pulse 343M Pulse says, have you got into any AI ICOs? No, I haven't, mate. I haven't got into anything. I've just not had the time to really get informed in that. So I tend to stick on stuff that I kind of know pretty well, unless I have the time to really research something. So no, I haven't got into AI ICOs, but I'm sure the AI narrative is going to be pretty big going into this next bull run. So, if you're honed in on that area, I hope you do really well with that, brother. I really do. Westside said, agreed, I need more privacy coins. Yeah, the privacy narrative, I think, is a very controversial one. But, anyone who's interested in freedom, and anyone who's interested in this kind of sovereignty as a human being, will probably be backing privacy coins. Now, there probably will be a lot of institutions and stuff that don't want them doing well. And we've already seen Binance and KuCoin and Crypto.com. They're just not supporting them, but they're all up. They're not relying on centralized exchanges, and I think that's a really good sign. Tokens like Dero is up like 34%. That's basically privacy Ethereum. Now you can build on that stuff. You can build whole new worlds on that. Totally encrypted. Incredible stuff. Really cool technology. That's up like 34% in the last sort of week or so. So I'm glad, you know, I've allegedly got a bag of that. I may not have a bag. Who knows? So we've got Westside Ian saluting Blue Chip Drip, a fellow crypto collective guy. Your boy Alex said, what are you talking about? I'm really not sure what area of the stream you mean on that, brother. If you can just highlight that for me. I've had a bit of beard love in. That's awesome. I do tend to get a little bit of beard love on each of the streams. I haven't had anyone calling me Andrew Tate yet. That normally happens when the stream, funny enough, when the stream goes on longer than an hour, which I can't do tonight, by the way, guys. I'm very busy tonight. But when it goes past an hour, I get a lot more sort of, I don't know, the algorithm does something crazy and starts sending my content out to lots of new people. And a lot of those people seem to think that I look like Andrew Tate. Now, that may or may not be true. But as I always say, I had this beard way before Tate did. So you could say that Tate is a pound shop Drip Millions. You know, I've definitely got more Bugattis than he has, for sure. Blue Chip Drip coming in from South Carolina. Yeah, I thought it was somewhere in that area. Oh, Danny D is in the house, brother. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm not sure if you joined before or after where I said I couldn't make your stream last night. I've been banging on in this stream about Stable Swap because I can't say enough good stuff about it, bro. In case you don't know, guys, Electrician Man, aka Danny D, is one of the co-founders, co-developers of Stable Swap. You know, we've known each other for a while now, on and off stream. It's an awesome guy, and he does have his weekly stream. So if you've not been tuning into that, definitely give him a follow. Check out his weekly stream as well. So it's awesome to have you here, Danny. And I've got to say, brother, like, as you know, I've travelled. Danny's based in the Philippines, just so you know, and that's why Stable Swap is kind of linked to the Central Bank of the Philippines, so it's kind of licensed via that. And I've travelled the Philippines extensively, one of my favourite places on earth, and I don't really use Instagram a great deal. You know, I'm believe it or not, you know, I don't get my personal life involved too much on social media, but I get so many like recommendations of videos, uploads for beautiful footage of the Philippines, and every time I see it, I say to my missus, we have to go back, we have to get back out there. And there's an even bigger reason to get back now, because obviously the Stable Swap head office, yes guys, it's got a bricks and mortar office, in case you didn't realize. This is not like you know, a project that's in the shadows, you know, that no one knows who the devs are and where they're based. This is a bricks and mortar. You can actually go to their freaking office. You can actually go there. It's in Manila. I'm going to be going there next time I'm there. So, you know, when I'm there, I'll be doing a video from there, no doubt. Me and Danny have said we're going to definitely do another catch-up, like a dedicated Stable Swap catch-up. Probably, hopefully, in the second half of March, because I'm going to have a much clearer schedule, and I'll be able to give Danny a bit of sort of a heads up on that, and hopefully we can get something locked in. So yes, the Philippines is one of my favourite places on earth, and I constantly see this beautiful sort of drone footage of all the beaches, and it just takes me back to where I proposed to Mrs. Millionz in the Philippines, and very magical place. And it'd be great to catch up with Danny in real life, hopefully have a jam session as well. That would be awesome, because I know Danny's a really cool musician. I'm actually a musician as well. I have cuts on Sony as a songwriter. I've got cuts on some various different sort of European labels and stuff. You know, I can play a few chords on guitar. You know, I play the keys. So it'd be awesome to have a bit of a jam session. And we'll probably, I'm sure he'd be up for this as well. We live stream our jam session as well. How about that? That sounds like a really cool idea. So let's definitely do that, Danny. Next time I'm in the Philippines, I need an excuse to come out. So that's the one, and I can share an Alakazam with you, brother. So let me just quickly check through the chat. We've got Blue Chip Drip, Alakazam. You know what's up, Blue Chip Drip. You know what's up, and definitely I hope you get round to doing those live streams as well. chip, because I would definitely be longer. I actually quite like the longer videos, especially from when I'm driving. So I normally tune into your videos when I'm driving. So yeah, definitely do some live streams, man. You know, and I'd be well up for coming on and chatting all things life, crypto, everything. What else have we got? We've got Gaddafi in the house. Gaddafi, thank you for joining us. I got into render at 40 cents, probably best thing I've done in 7 years in crypto, still DCN. I don't know much about that project, if I'm honest, Gaddafi, but what really does please me is that you're doing well in that project, because I love hearing about other people winning. I'm so far away from having a lack mindset these days. You know, I love seeing people win, especially in this space, especially when they're good people, like good, humble people. I cannot get enough of seeing other people win. I love winning myself, and I love seeing other people winning. And I don't know anything about render, but the fact that it served you well, I'm freaking stoked about that. So that's awesome, man. We've got Baron in the house. I don't know what order to read your comments in. Say hi, Baron, please. Baron, how you doing? I think that's PLS is also a token, so but I'm pretty sure he's saying hi, Baron. So hi, Baron. I hope you're having an incredible Sunday, whatever you're doing. And your second comment was, I was just about to call you Andrew Tate. There you go, bro. I beat you to it. It was only a matter of time before someone said it, but you know, it wouldn't be a Sunday live drive without someone saying that I look like Andrew Tate. So, you know, it's all good. Alex Christian, anytime, brother, anytime. So we've got Blue Chip saying hopefully in 1 month. So that'd be great. That'd be great. You know, I'm all in on those live streams, bro. I think, you know, I really, really do love the vibe of live streams. Just the fact that it's happening now. You know, it's not scripted. Well, mine certainly aren't. I just talk off the dome. I know some people have a bit more of a layout of what they're going to talk about. Sometimes I do, but it's very, very rare. I just never have time to do it. In between doing walking talks, I have more of an idea what I'm going to talk when I'm at with Mr. Wookums, so I can just not spend too long editing the videos. And I like to keep the videos sort of, you know, not too long either. But with the live streams, I really do love it, and I like that they can kind of go off in different tangents and whatever. So, you know, the more live streams that are coming from the people that I, you know, I enjoy watching, and the people that I enjoy connecting with, the better. So, yeah, Danny D, always a great live stream, always great vibes, and also Blue Chip. I'm sure that your lives are going to be freaking awesome, man. And as Danny said, live streams are awesome fun. They really are. They really are. It's like, I know people like bang on about sort of the dangers of technology and how technology is kind of ripping apart, you know, parts of society. I guess that's true to some degree, but there is so much positive with what technology can bring us. There really is. Look at crypto, for example. It's allowing people from all corners of the world to drastically change their life, and I love that. You know, it is like ground zero. It was still very early, and it's anything that's not sort of centralized control is great as well. And I just think it gives so many opportunities going forward. People can earn in crypto. They can there's things like I talk about stable swap as DeFi. It's kind of a mixture between CeFi and DeFi, but you can actually earn, you know, technically linked to dollars from anywhere on the damn planet. And it doesn't matter what you put in, you know, as long as it's over sort of, I think it's, what's the minimum stake for $25? If you've got $25, you can be earning passive income. And that $25 varies very much in how much that's worth in your particular country. I know in the Philippines, for example, $25 is a lot more valuable than, for example, in the UK, where $25 doesn't buy you a great deal. And the UK is actually fast becoming one of the hardest places to live statistically, alongside New Zealand. And you know, and that's why I always bang on about have a plan B. always have a plan B, because you never know what direction your country's going to take for whatever reason, politically or you know, financially or whatever like that. And stable swap is such a huge way of making money from anywhere, as long as you've got a laptop or even a phone. I guess I don't do much crypto on my phone, but as long as you've got an internet connection and a device, you can make money on stable swap. So it's going to bring so many opportunities, and also with the remittance thing as well, it's going to be absolutely incredible. So yes, technology can be incredible. And look at what we're doing right now, guys. You know, we've had an amazing turnout on the stream. We're all here chatting, good vibes as always. I absolutely love just connecting with you guys, and we couldn't do that without technology. I'm talking to guys in the Philippines, I'm talking to guys South Africa, South Carolina, Europe, you know, California, and you know, this is stuff that I can't talk to people in real life about, guys. I'm sure a lot of you are the same. I can't talk to, I love my family. I have a very large and close family. Family barbecues are great, but I can't talk much about crypto because no one understands it. And you know, they'll think you're insane for putting your fiat into anything else other than more fiat. So it's really cool to sit here and just bang on about crypto with people who like crypto, who like doing that, and who are dropping value in the comments and who are dropping vibes in the comments. So it is really cool, and I'm not anti-technology at all. I feel it could be used to free us, or it could be used to enslave us, and we just have to be very careful about how we use it ourselves and how we allow it to be used on our behalf. And again, if you want to talk any more about that, I'll meet you down at the docks in an hour. We can't do it on here, but you get the drift. So guys, we're coming up to an hour. I have a family dinner planned. I cannot be late for that. Family is so important. It is an absolute blessing. I've been blessed with an incredible family, and it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you guys. Thank you for taking a slice out of your Sunday. I always show gratitude at the beginning. I always show gratitude at the end, because you know, time is so valuable. It's the most primordial currency there is. We all talk about how valuable gold is, or crypto is, or fiat, or whatever. It's all fairy dust. All of it is fairy dust. Some is more fairy dust than others, but what we all have the same of every day is time, and it's so freaking valuable. So anyone who takes a little bit of time to invest in this stream on a Sunday, rest assured I am very grateful, and I hope you get some value from it. I hope you enjoy sitting and chewing the fat with me about crypto and a number of other things that we talk about on here. So thank you for everyone for joining me, and just one more shout out to Gaddafi, who's coming in from London, a place I know very well. And we've got Tony Morrow. Thanks for the stream, Millionz. We appreciate you. Have a great day. Well, I appreciate you too, Tony, and LCM, of course. And everyone who's joined me, thank you so much. I hope you have an incredible rest of your Sunday, whatever you're doing. And I will see you all in the next video.